Oke guys, oke kita sekarang mau coba nonton MPL-PH, mau lihat meta-meta PH segila-gila apa lagi sekarang. Ini hero bunda dimatiin semua. Terus hero wise biasanya kan Blacklist pakai meta tank jungler sama Estes. Terus sekarang di ban. Sekarang si bunda kayaknya harus paramis. Tadi aku kira joinnya mau dikasih ke wise, tapi kan jarang tuh wise pakai assassin biasanya kan tank. Sekarang dia bakal pakai ini Lancelot tank ini.
Oh, we're gonna find out here. Alright. It's an Angela.
Baru nih soalnya baru kemarin nggak pernah ngikutin.
Let's go. Was it MPL MY that pulled Angela out? I can't 100% remember, but I know Angela was played in a previous region.
You know where else an Angela was played?
Where?
By Omega.
Ini playoff.
Much success.
Hari pertama.
Down the hall.
Match pertama.
Down the hall.
Jadi
a year ago, in the hands
upper
of
bracketnya
Chakno,
Brand
the Angela
sama
was doing business.
Echo. Jadi kalau nggak salah yang menang ini bakalan ketemu Brand.
We are divided on the table, by the way.
2-1, fam.
That's not divided. You are outnumbered.
Sorry,
Let's go.
You know, I feel like I'm divided
Match
here.
pertama.
Check yourself, Resurrect. Check yourself. That's our smart power predictions, folks. Y'all can do the same at home. Tell us exactly who you think is going to win, because at some point in the game, a poll will show up. You only have until the timer runs out to comment your prediction with the hashtag SmartPowersMPLS11. Get to it, fam, because there's some goodies at stake. One lucky commenter who guesses right will win a redeemable in-game code. Remember, keep an eye out for the poll. Gentlemen, one more look at the lineups before we go into the land of dawn. This is electric. I'm loving the draft.
Let's go.
It's incredibly exciting here. Imagine if in the first time in a long time, as we enter the first game for MPL Philippines Season 11 playoffs, Wise will pop off here. What if
Mati dong.
it adds to his growing
Mati dong.
Wow, Miko's in trouble! Edward already securing the first blood here. Not sure if he was expecting that at all.
In too deep. I'm guessing if Miko was rocking to pull yourself together, maybe, but the Avarice. I wonder though, did he make enough gold? Did he make the right amount of gold to make that worth it?
Not worth it at all. He burned a flicker out of that, and now Miko will have to play back a little bit, be a little bit more cautious, and be not so aggressive in terms of getting the vision. This is one of the tendencies of Miko. He tends to overcommit and stretch himself and his limits just to get vision.
Okay, oh my Venus already pressed the situation once again. Miko gonna be in trouble. The second time he falls here. The Queen's gonna be split off though. Ryzen and Kelra should be able to get a kill off of this. A couple hits away, still gonna go in. Kelra grabs the kill, so it's a trade.
Baru 1 menit loh. Baru 1 menit udah 2-1. Gila sih.
Thinking that Owl and or Wise, or maybe even together, might be able to take him down, but Kelra gets away. Favorable trade, slightly leaning towards Omega, because now there's a kill on the board here for the gold laner.
Yep, it's a small requiem for the early blunder that Omega conceded. Now, we're thinking, what exactly is going to be the image for this first turtle? Another pull by V!
Oh, they're still going to be going, okay. Not able to get that stun they were looking for, so still, turtle is up here. Still, I would say, could be anyone's turtle for this one. That's why they're going to go ahead, take dominance of the area. Edward gonna jump in, gonna force them back with the ultimate there, secured by Ryzen. And it looks like Blacklist International just wants to call the retreat. They gave up the objective, couldn't get it.
And that was on point for Ryzen. He won that first retreat duel of the game there, and that'll give Omega a bit of legs to invade the jungle here. Okay, Better Strike gonna find the target. Stone's the one to fall. Ryzen gets out barely. Still, you know, you got a question here. What is this game plan for Omega? How do they transition? Even though they got that objective, how do they transition from that?
I'm guessing the transition is not going to come in very quickly. When you're playing an Angela roam, the clutch usually comes in when you have these long-term plans. When you're playing in the mid-game and then you catch a Hearthguard that the opponent wasn't expecting, I think that's what Omega's Miko was thinking about in that last engagement. But this is not the time, not here, not 3 minutes in.
And not just yet, and especially with Marsa, you flying around. great positioning as always and great sense to land the feathered airstrikes onto the key members of Omega.
So far, we're seeing just the right amount of pressure, feathered airstrike from Yue, and yeah, it looks like they're tempering their cooldown speed.
Ryzen gonna be looking to find that setup he was looking for. Can't get it, so still the back and forth between the two teams, still kind of poking at each other, trying to get the best situation for them. Like you mentioned, you know, Omega especially, that kind of overzealous can bite them in the behind here if they go too forward. That's what Miko has the tendency to do. So I see him kind of stepping back a little bit to allow them to readjust here.
Yeah, and that's for the vision taking that we're talking about. But Edward in the bot lane will be able to get away from Renjo and Stone. I have to say, I like this pace that Omega are playing at, because if you play too cautiously against Blacklist, allow Blacklist and both teams to just farm up, they will outmaneuver you and outplay you in the objective takes. Omega are being brave about this, a little bit too messy sometimes with the decision making, but this is the right call. If they can clean it up, this is good use for Omega.
I think that's one thing that Omega are lacking that they're used to having, the battlefield mobility. They're playing with an Angela, so when they commit, they have to make sure that it's something that they can re-engage from, or at least win immediately. So it's somewhat of an alpha strike, 70% in, and then you have to think about the 30 that they're way out. Now, it looks like they're going to let go of this turtle, thinking exactly. Gentlemen, about 5 minutes in, how do you feel about that?
Langsung swipe ya. Biasanya kan kalau player-player Indo kan biasanya hancur dulu, turretnya baru tukar tuh. XP sama Golden. Sekarang langsung tukar.
Ryzen did secure the turtle there, so you know, it looked like they also had something in mind bottom lane for them as well. Focus on Kelra, because that's the plan, right? You don't want Kelra to go ahead and just farm up here. Again, he already had that early kill, so you don't want that to build up. We know what happens to Wanwans when they get that lead, and they get to a point where it's just kind of, there's no return.
Especially if it's a Wanwan that can potentially have a heart guard coming in from an Angela. That's the ticking time bomb of Omega. Hence why Blacklist International, they do still have a great damage option for the late game. Actually, 3 great damage options in the Claude, the Farsa, and the Joy. Looking at the items right now, Glowing Wand was the priority there for Edward on his Joy. Corrosion Scythe already built up by Kelra. DHS up for Owl.
So in the item race, it looks like Blacklist are making the most of this 500 gold lead. Feathered Airstrike already spent in, looking for an angle.
Hey, Stone when he jump in, did grab the Feathered Airstrike for himself. Still, just going back to it, right? There's there's the Feathered Airstrike from Stone, but it's the back and forth, right? No team wants to take that risk just yet. Still trying to feel out the situation here. Ryzen does go in looking for Yue. Gonna try to poke him down a little bit. Gets the wings by wings, but look at the backside though. They go in, Blazing Duet and the Ryzen in the perfect position. But now scoots out of his way out of there. Renzio holding on. He's there for backup. Didn't have to commit.
A smooth operator. That was worth it. As long as it took, it was worth it.
That's the first time I've ever casted an MPL game. A game of Mobile Legends, and I heard smooth jazz with how smooth Ryzen committed that play. I heard trumpet, so it's not just me, thank goodness. That was a smart play by Omega, splitting Blacklist International like that. Here comes the hard guard on the one.
There's the hard guard. Kelra gonna be looking for the crossbow. Can't get it though. So still gonna put pressure here bottom side. The rest of the team, top side, putting pressure on the top lane.
Yeah, great side step there by Oh My Venus to avoid adding one last mark for the 1-1 to activate the crossbow tag. But this is first 3 turtles for Omega against, not just yet, here's Wise contest.
Wise gonna go for it. Ryzen though, 3 for 3 on the turtles. Now Wise gonna be a little bit caught in enemy territory, but the rest of the team is here to back him up. Omega happy with the objective takes.
Yeah, Omega 3 turtles, but neck and neck and the items actually in the lead right now as Al just built up his golden staff. Wind of Nature was actually the second item prioritized there for Kelra, knowing that he has to be careful with Wise and Owl, and he'd want to survive a little bit longer just so he can get those marks off. And I think this is the sign of him saying, I'm going to be brave. When I have my Angela hard guard on me, I will not hold back.
Yep, the young Dwayne Pilas is looking to push the limit. Oh wow, but still, when it comes to turret races, Blacklist still gets the win here. Top lane goes down first.
Yeah, and that's a testament to Blacklist efforts for holding down the bottom lane for so long. despite Omega really committing into that, and right now, at some point, that will cave. But what will Omega end up losing if they commit to this turret here?
Okay, here they come. Edward knows it's going to go down. Should be able to get out just fine. Has the covering fire as well. The cutoff play's coming, though. Nice little Terrify play. There's the heavy spin. Colt Ultra has to be expended as well. The flicker on top of it. The Queen's still on the run here. Gonna get chased down. Too slow as Oh My Venus falls to the bottom lane.
That whole engagement, Renzio was working on that mid wave. Omega's gonna capitalize.
I was asking what will Omega lose, but Stone said we're not losing anything. His crucial Terrifies on the two members of Blacklist on the way to that fight gave Omega the edge to win that engagement, get the tower in the bottom lane, get the kill onto Oh My Venus, and get progress on that mid lane turret.
So far, Blacklist have kept a small lead, but Omega are making plays that'll make you think, where is the lead coming from? What exactly is going on? What will be the clutch move that Omega pulls in? Because the Angela, yes, it's putting a little bit of extra confidence in the tank for the young Queen Vilas, for the gold standard, but we haven't really seen them capitalize yet. Where's that early to mid-game lead?
Yeah, it's a testament of Blacklist International. Great handling of the side lanes, the minions, and the pushes that Omega want to do. Even though Omega are putting so much focus into winning skirmishes and lanes, they're making sure that the other lanes and the other minion waves are being handled well. That's why Omega hasn't found the turnaround yet.
Oh, this is going to be scary though too. Now Kelra is here. There's the hard guard on top of it. Going to chase them down, force them back. Owl on the run here. Kelra still going for it. And all the meanwhile, Owl goes back with BMI. He falls to Renzio. Edward comes in. Wise still waiting patiently. Lord going to be worked on here. Wise half health. Trying to heal back up. Stone going to fall though. Takes too many hits. They're still giving it a go. Lord going to go down. Grabs the Lord. And they still put the pressure on Edward. Forcing Kelra back. The flicker comes in. Edward on the heart. He finds him. Miko's burning, but he's still alive. 3 fall for Smart Omega. Make it 4 as they find another with Yue.
Looking for the turning point. Blacklist was about to serve it up. Now they're 2K ahead with the Lord marching up top.
Looking at the instant replay, it looked like it was doomed for Blacklist, but Blacklist turned it around to put themselves in this position, and who is it? It's Agent Zero pushing forward alongside the rest of Blacklist International, alongside Wise on this tank slot, and of course the ever-dependable Yue on that Farsa getting that kill onto Renjo's Lapu-Lapu.
Yeah, Kelra built Wind of Nature early, but it's not going to do nothing to Edward's Joy. They didn't account for that.
Magic damage, man. Crazy amount of magic damage coming out from that Farsa Joy, especially, and of course a little bit from that Faramis. Let's see if, yes he is, Kelra on the way to building that Athena shield, potentially would help him a lot to survive the onslaught of damage coming in from Blacklist, as Edward already has the Divine Glaive up. So even though the Athena shield will help, it will still hurt like crazy.
See, this is a scary thing too. Like, Owl here, despite it being 0 and 2, the fact that all he has to do is jump in, the impact with the Blazing Duet to bring people down, and then there's the follow-up with the magic damage like you guys are talking about. So until you have that magic resistance here for Omega, that's kind of what's happening, right? And it's not any favor for them really in these team fights.
And the fact that that's the threat that Blacklist International are presenting with, it looks like they won the gambit. The fact that Omega have a good amount of PL and Blacklist don't seem to be working out for the M3 World Champions. It's like, yeah, we don't need the PL. We'll just present so much damage that you'll have the you'll be forced to respond.
Exactly, and we also see here the difference in the XP lane picks with Renjo and that Lapu-Lapu against so many mobile targets.
Yeah.
And targets that can actually shield themselves and avoid some damage. The Joy will definitely have a better game here compared to the Lapu-Lapu, and we're seeing that, and that's one of the biggest X factors. It was a key to victory earlier. It was a point of discussion brought up by the panel in OSX and Midnight, and we're seeing it. The Joy having so much more impact compared to the Lapu-Lapu.
Now we're about 30 seconds away from a Luminous Lord. Should be barreling on to turrets here. It's upsetting to think that Omega had a great setup earlier, but just from right underneath their noses, the Tank-Slot comes in. Again, arguably one of the best objective takers in the game.
Di sini enak guys, jadi ada Cloud, ada Joy, jadi belakangnya Omega pasti diacak-acak. Ditambah ada Bunda, ulti Bunda, selesai.
Well, not only that, now the dance unfolding here. And with everything that unfolded earlier, that gave Blacklist International a nice comfortable 4K lead. Look at that Stome getting chunked down really low, already using the ultimate as well. So now this could just be a green light for Blacklist International. But Ryzen's still around the corner here.
Angelanya mau nungguin tuh masuk kemana.
Nope, there Blacklist gets the info. Blacklist will continue to commit this Lord, but they're watching out for that mid lane trio of Stome, Renjo, and Kelra. Getting information there. Lord almost down to 50. Let's see if they're going to go on Ryzen now.
Okay, they're going to push him back a little bit. Owl chipping away the health. Ryzen gets pulled back. He has the heavy spin. One hit away, but they did what they wanted to do. Force the jungler of Omega back and secure the Lord here. Still going to be fighting for it. Renzio there too. There's the hard guard. Wise able to secure the Lord. Omega has to defend.
No dice. The early to mid ramp that Blacklist have set up for themselves is allowing them to just force Omega to respond. Again, that seems to be the story. Omega are playing out of their tempo.
Yeah.
And Blacklist know it. The confidence that they're playing and the principled, fundamental, technical Blacklist that we've known for so long is very evident right now. And Omega, after getting wiped out earlier, close to getting wiped out, they're obviously shaken. They can't find their groove. They can't find their positioning. Stome is having to check shrubs because Miko on an Angela can't in those scenarios.
I believe the term is they got gassed.
They got gassed, exactly. They're gassed right now, and it's only the first game.
Well, they're going to have to defend this one. Edward doing what he does best, causing havoc in backside. Feathered airstrike followed up with the Lord charge. Omega looks very bleak to hold on to this inhibitor turret. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a pressure there as well. Trying to hold on. Finally, the Lord is going to get taken down here. Renzio in that front line, they lose two. Ryzen there, still trying to hold on to this last one, but two inhibitor turrets down. Blacklist International as critical as ever in this game.
An immaculate sinking of the waves from Blacklist International. About 9K gold ahead, despite being just 3 kills ahead of Omega. This is a huge, monumental lead that Blacklist have. I'm thinking of how Omega can bounce back, man.
Right now, the moment they see Joy, even though they know they have the tools to actually make life hell for Edward, what they lack is that sure catch or even just time to survive long enough so that Edward won't take them down. Every time Edward goes up to the face of the backline and main damage dealers of Smart Omega gets rattled.
Oh, Ryzen in trouble once again. Heavy spinning out of the way to survive. And now that's, again, this is exactly what Blacklist International wants to do. Poke away, whether it's battle spills, whether it's ultimates, take resources, all prepping up for another Lord. It is a minute away, but they continue to chip away at Omega.
Ooh. And this is what hurts about the lineup of Omega, because they are at such a huge deficit. Miko really cannot check shrubs because he's going to go down, so that puts Ryzen and Stome as the shrub checkers and vision takers, and Wise might get punished.
Wise going to have to escape this one. Does have the backup needed. Yue comes in as well, covering fire with a feathered airstrike. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Owl pressing the situation, able to get the last inhibitor turret bottom lane.
Owl just playing Demolition Man. We mentioned earlier how the 0-2-0 Claude KDA line doesn't look very good. Well, if you play it the right way, it shouldn't be a problem, and that seems to be the story here for the young SEA Games gold medalist. Thinking about how Blacklist can finish, it's because so far, I'm guessing what, in the past 4 or 5 minutes, they really have only gotten pickoffs.
Yeah.
It looks like Omega have figured out how to at least not lose team fights anymore.
Yeah, but right now it's because they get picked off just trying to get vision. Will they even be able to get close enough to this very crucial Lord, because another Lord push coming from Blacklist as Edward going after Stone.
Oh, yeah, Edward was going for Stone. Mika was there as well, so he had the backup. He's also just holding on to that hard guard. Renzio, though, wow, just gets taken out in a split second, and now down a member here.
Oh, good check by Al.
Forcing the reset.
Now they get the reset out. Ryzen, though, still a lot of that vision for them now that Renzio's down. Omega, they might not want to fight this and contest this at all.
Yeah, they can't.
Susah guys kalau mau ngerebut.
Getting taken down, just trying to get vision. can't find a tempo. You're minimizing the deaths, but you can't contest. And this is a very crucial target. It's an evolved Lord, but Blacklist will take it their time.
Oh! Owl once again gonna whittle down Ryzen, but this time he can't escape. So this is clearly the sign for Blacklist International to take their next Lord and get ready for the march in to possibly end this game number 1.
Blacklist are playing for the here and now. That's a great play. Free pickoff, free Lord, yes. But it looks like Omega, if I'm reading the situation correctly, might be playing for the long game. I think after this Lord, if they somehow survive this, they might find a way in.
If they somehow survive this, it'll come off the back of a 3-2 or even 3-1 trade. Maybe even 4, but that's difficult.
It's going to be tough.
They have to be lucky. That's how dire it is right now for Omega.
You need a clutch crossbow tank.
Yeah, one big crossbow tank will shake things up.
And that's a Malefic Roar, so...
Okay.
But it's a testament to Blacklist International and their abilities. They've avoided a massive crossbow tank the entire game. It's been 19 minutes that we haven't seen a big crossbow tank coming out from 1-1 from Keller's 1-1.
We're going to find out if they can do it here. Feathered Airstrike coming down. Ryzen with a heavy spin. Finds UA here. Can they grab a kill? Hard guard on Kel. Oh! Going to be looking for it. There he goes. Renzio's going to fall here. They finally get it off, but it's not enough. The damage just is not there as member after member fall. And Blacklist International will take game number 1.
The window closed on Smart.